Hey everybody, right now it's halftime of Spain versus Russia. The score is 1-1 and it's been a pretty dull game so far. Russia have been sitting back and Spain have not been able to open them up at all. The only chance they created was, well, two chances because one on a set piece they scored a goal, but the only chance they created from open play was when Diego Costa was through on goal, but it was a difficult chance to score because he was kind of on the side of a goal. So his angle was very tight and closed. So yeah, Spain really not very impressive in the first half. I thought they lacked creativity. Isco is the only player you could really see was trying to move. He's very mobile on the pitch. But the rest, David Silva very quiet, Koke quiet in the midfield. Asensio, we barely saw him, so a bit disappointing from Spain. Um, Russia, their tactic is pretty simple. They play very direct style of football to Zuba, and he tries to either knock it on or chest it down. And but actually, their best chance came from a direct play at the 35th minute. I think they knocked it up to Zuba, managed to be in the final third, played the ball a little bit around Spain's box before giving it back to Golovin, who tried to curl it into the top right corner, but his shot was wide. But it was a nice, nice movement from Russia, and actually on the next chance they had, Russia for the first time in the game they tried to build from the back, and yeah, Spain was not really pressing them, and they were not able to intercept their passes, and Russia kind of I don't want to say easily, but yeah, without much effort, they managed to pass their way into a final third, got a corner, and they got a penalty. And some people might say, "Oh, the handball is it's not done on purpose." Piqué was his head was turned back, he couldn't see the ball. How can that be a handball? But his ball is blocking the trajectory of a ball, and that'd be fine if his hand was down by his side. But his hand is up in the air. You can't have your hand up in the air. Even when you jump, your hand does not go up in the air. Your hand kind of goes here, a little bit like that. But it's like he's raising his hand to ask the professor to call on him. So that's not right, and the penalty is the right decision. So yeah, the game is 1-1 so far. Spain scored on the free kick as well. I think there would have been a penalty for Spain if the goal had not gone in, because that was it was a rugby tackle in the box. But yeah, 1-1 so far. I predicted 2-1 for Spain at the end of the game. I think they're going to show a bit more creativity in the second half. Maybe bring on Iniesta because they're lacking that killer pass inside the box. Yeah, so the game between Russia and Spain finished 1-1 in regulation time. Neither team managed to score in the second half. And although Spain started the half well, they managed to get into Russia's box for the first time in the game. They didn't create really any chances. They had one half chance in the second half with Iniesta's half volley. And other than that, they really didn't create anything in the second half again. Russia had a five at the back, five defenders on the 18-yard line. Then they had four players in front of them, and then they had Zuba in front of the four players before he got subbed off. So it was a 5-4-1, and at times it was a 5-3-2, and one of the Russian players came out to press one of the Spanish players who had the ball. I'm not sure what the Spanish coach is doing in terms of his substitutions. I understand why Iniesta didn't start because he was like, oh, maybe it's going to be a close game. They're going to defend in a compact manner, so I'm going to bring him in at the hour mark, and in case it goes to overtime, I want him to be able to play in overtime as well, so he's going to get an hour game time anyway. But so Iniesta, I can understand why he comes in, but why does he come in for David Silva? David Silva is one of those players that can have a moment of magic. He can bring the ball into the box, he can dribble, he has a nice shot as well. And he takes him out for instead of taking out Koke. I think Koke is not bringing anything to his game. Russia's not counterattacking much anyway, and when they do, it's very direct. And so I'm not sure Koke really... Yeah, Koke doesn't bring anything to his game. Spain have a ball 90% of the time, and he's not creating any chances. So for me, I would have brought in Iniesta for Koke, and then he takes out Diego Costa when he's not the problem. The problem is they've not been able to find their strikers. Sure, Iago Aspas Maybe he made some runs in behind the defense. He made one or two when he came in, but the Spanish players were not able to give him the ball either. So I'm really not sure why he takes out Costa, who's a proven goal scorer. He just hasn't had any service. But now that this Russian team is tired, Spain has started to cross the ball a bit more. And who do you want in the box? Aspas or Costa on the end of the header. So I'm not sure what Fernando Hierro is doing, and I'm not a big fan of his coaching. I know he took off Nacho because he got a hit on his knee in the first half, so that's acceptable. But taking off Costa and Silva in a game where you're trying to break the opponent down, and you can cross the ball into the box, I just do not get it. I would have taken out Koke and even Asensio. I know he can dribble the ball and provoke the defense, but he hasn't done any of that during the entire game. So very, very debatable substitutions. Tell you what you guys think, and I'm gonna go and watch extra time or overtime now. And yeah, I think Russia cramping up. They're gonna tire out during this overtime, and I can see Spain winning 2-1 or 3-1. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys after. So the game just finished 1-1 between Spain and Russia. There was an outrageous decision by the referee not to award Spain a penalty kick. How do you miss that? I just don't understand how that's possible. The referee waited to see what VAR was telling him in his ear, and the VAR referees didn't tell him to check the replay. How can you not even check the replay? I mean, the foul is so blatant. It's really, I don't understand it. The problem is not the video review. The problem is the people behind the video. The referees are just not good enough. They're afraid to make big decisions. Like this in World Cup in Russia, they're afraid to send Russia home on a penalty kick. But it's the absolute right decision. There should have been a penalty. I just don't understand. It's not like the defender holding Ramos was 5 meters away from the ball. Ramos would have gone onto the trajectory of a ball if not for the defender pulling his jersey. I don't know. It's just very frustrating to watch. Plus, Russia really, I mean, people are going to say they defended well. They defended 11 men in their box the entire game, not even trying to play football. I hate those kind of teams that play like that. I don't like it. I like to see football. Spain could have taken more risk and tried to play more balls into the box. But we just watched 120 minutes, so that's 2 hours of one team trying to break down a team that just didn't even try to play football. So that's my opinion. We'll see what happens with penalty kicks, and I really hope Spain passes because Russia right now just did not deserve to go through. They didn't show anything the entire game. You can say it's spirit, passion. I just think it's anti-football. So yeah, that's my point of view. So the game just finished. Iago Aspas missed a penalty, and Koke, I'm not sure what Koke was still doing playing in this game in the second half. He should have been taken off a long time ago, but he stayed in the game and he missed his penalty. Yeah, congratulations to Russia. They defended, and they scored penalties. So yeah, I guess that's the way to go through to the next round. I'm a bit bitter because I just don't like I don't like that, but you know that's the rule. They were better on penalties. De Gea was poor. He could have saved 2. Got his hand onto 1 as well, so actually 3, because 2 were right in the middle, and I think he got his foot onto 1, and the one by Golovin he should have saved. Just went right through him, which should have saved that. But let's go back to that refereeing decision in overtime, second half of overtime. How do you not blow for a foul and a penalty for Spain? I don't know. Russia's through to the next round, which is in a way good because that means the home crowd is going to continue to support the World Cup. But it'll be interesting to see what people say about that non-decision by the referee. So yeah, my first wrong prediction in the tournament, but there's always going to be some upsets, and Spain is the first team to go out. And to be fair, Spain were not dangerous enough. They didn't try to play through balls. They tried to play balls into the box. They played too safe the entire game, and it very out of competition. So on to the next game, Croatia-Denmark.